What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Zero Podcast. My name is Justin. This is Lacey. We're your host for this early morning podcast recording. Today we're talking about goals for 2026, but not in a new year, new me kind of way, more of discipline over motivation. And right now it is 6:30 in the morning and we're filming a podcast, and that's kind of one of our disciplines, if you will, not motivation. I am not motivated to get up early and really even talk, but here we are. And it's, again, discipline over motivation. Let's get it.
So we've got our coffee first off. Cheers to that.
Yeah.
I was like, first thing I did walking in our studio this morning, I was like, okay, brought in my creamer. I'm going to get coffee before this even happens. But it does feel good getting up early. There's just something about a quiet morning, right? Anyways, it won't be too quiet for too long. We got to get going because the kids will be up before you know it. So before we get into our goals like Justin shared, I thought it'd be kind of cool just to do a little bit of a looking back. I don't know. I feel like with the past is one thing. I love the Lion King line with the past, and just a lot of people dwell in it and they can get really discouraged from it. But I think it's always good to look in the past, almost like just a little rearview mirror to see like, hey, what did I accomplish or what can I improve on? And if I didn't do what I set out to do, now I'm going to do it today. And that's what I love about looking in the past. But I had a few things I wanted to share because I think we did actually share it with you guys on our last podcast when we started off the year in 2025 of just our goals. But my word for the year for 2025 was actually dream. And I chose that word because I am the type of person that is very hesitant to do things. I can get very fearful. I can get a lot of roadblocks. And I think, Justin, you actually helped me with this one. You were telling me, sometimes you just have these roadblocks and you can't get them out of your way and out of your mind. And that will keep me from a lot of really good things.
Oh, yeah, I did say that last year.
So anyways, this year was all about dreaming and just going for it and believing, I can do things and not getting so caught up in the logistics of, well, this needs to happen and this needs to work out rather than, getting fearful. But I really feel like I did that this year. And it was actually really cool when we went to Hawaii this year. I went to the spa at Alani and they had these little rocks in this really beautiful area. And you got to choose a rock and you couldn't see what it said. There was the Hawaiian word and then what it meant on the other side. And the one I chose was dream. And I thought that was so cool. I was like, oh my goodness. And it was towards the end of the year too. I was like, that was my word. So anyways, I was really excited about just kind of looking back on that. And I feel like I did overcome a lot in that area.
Yeah, you did for sure. That's awesome.
And it was just such a mindset shift for me that I'm bringing into 2026 because I don't think it was a thing like, well, that was my year of dreaming. It was totally my mindset.
A building block kind of thing.
Yeah, that I needed to tear down some roadblocks and I haven't put those back up. So I feel really good about that. So another goal I had that didn't happen so much, but this is the part that it's fun to talk about, was playing the piano. So I bought a keyboard at the beginning of 2026.
I mean, you did buy
2025. I did buy it. So that was a step.
I think Tucker was practicing more than you were, but
by the end of it, he was. But I don't regret it at all. I think it was cool to see because I did do some lessons. I just found an app and did it. I was really enjoying it. I think it was cool for the kids too because Landon and Tucker both did the lessons. Is it something I want to continue and do again? Absolutely. But is this my season? Maybe not. There was a lot of other things that just overshadowed it. And I could have been more, intentional, but I didn't follow through. And my piano skills at the end of the year were not where I would like them to be. But I'd like to pick that back up because I love the piano so much. It's my favorite instrument and I was really enjoying getting into it. So
one day when we have more room in a home or something like that, we would love to have just a piano in a living room or office or something that's just already there. There's something about just having a piano in your living space.
If I saw
grew up with it, whenever we go to family functions, for over the holidays,
Christmas.
My sister was playing the piano for all of us. And there's just something
was
about
so fun.
having the piano Anyway.
Yeah, if it was in front of me every day seeing it, I definitely would be more
Yeah.
apt. It was hard with the keyboard. We had to like put it away under the couch and then pull it out. It's just that process. It's
funny.
almost like the gym where you're like,
Yeah.
if it's going to take me work to get things going, I'm not going to do it.
Well, it's funny. I was watching Home Improvement last night. I think you fell asleep, but
Probably.
I watched way too many episodes of that last night. But there was the episode when Jill was playing the piano and
Oh, yeah.
and everyone's just like not having
I've
it and
seen that
stuff.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just like, man, if we had a piano like there, it'd be a
Yeah.
little bit easier. It's hard when you have to like pack it up and
Yeah,
put it away.
that
kind of
actually
thing.
did inspire me. I was like, "Hey, look at Jill. She's
Jill's-
playing, and,
and she's-
she's in like her 40s, maybe just starting out."
Well, also she's in college, and
Right, she's doing a
killing
lot.
it.
She is. Jill's awesome. My last one I wanted to share was I had a goal to be more intentional with my friendships, and that definitely got played out this year. I made more time for going out for coffee, going out for brunch, or going out to movies. Definitely something I'm going to carry on into this year. Just setting aside time for my friendships. When I walk away from it, I'm always so excited, and just it's so cool to see the new friendships that came of last year too. So anyways, those are just a few things of looking back that I, didn't follow through with so much, but some I did.
I guess a couple things for me was I had like a goal, like a number goal of how much we wanted to save for retirement last year. Started last January, and we reached that, which was really cool. So that was exciting to do that, and just being kind of proactive with future kind of stuff. And we've always been people who put away money for retirement, but we just kind of like upped it this last year. And I think one of the biggest things for me was our health last year, to the point where we decided to make a home gym just to be, again, more just proactive and intentional with it. It's been really cool just to see more consistency with just moving our bodies, and I have a ways to go, but there's been so much progress that has happened last year, but it's just been more of like a healthier mindset overall, which is what I want. Like, I want to enjoy the journey, not so much like just see like a number on the scale, but actually like just a complete lifestyle change. And so that was something that was started last year, and I'm really excited for that to carry over to this year. I also had some spiritual goals, which was, reading the word, which is awesome, and continue carrying that to this year. But there was some business goals that I had as well. Really awesome just to see how that grew this last year too. So a lot of cool things happen. There's definitely a lot of things that, like, kind of like was mentioned, like there kind of been building blocks, I think, last year that are going to carry into this year that maybe aren't like, we checked it off per se, but it's like it started, and I think that's kind of what for me for this year, it's not so much, there is like some, I guess, check offs and stuff, but a lot of it is just more of like enjoying the journey of it and just continuing being disciplined in certain things. Some of these goals that we're going to mention today, they're not SMART goals. They're not like measurable. They're not tied to a date. They're more like signposts. Okay. Like, we want to move towards, not boxes we're trying to like, to check. And I think there are some, because I believe that you need to have ones that are SMART goals, because you need to know when you actually achieve those things. And there are, but I think, again, it's just being more disciplined in the things that we've already kind of, started, and just being, rather than, because motivation comes and goes. There's days you're super motivated and it's just easy. You're so productive and you're like, man, this is amazing. Then the next day, zero motivation at all. And it's like this like roller coaster. But discipline is something that it could always be there, because, sometimes you're not going to like it, but learning how to be a disciplined person, you just get it done no matter what. Yeah. Even if you're not motivated, or even if you are motivated, it doesn't matter. You're going to do it. And so that's my word for this year, is discipline. Yeah.
I love that. We actually just did some devotion with our boys yesterday before school. They've got this cool like sports devotional. It's got a lot of like different athletes, and and then it's got like verses in the Bible and stuff and stories about them. And it was about Michael Phelps when he was 15 years old, and he was in in the, I almost said the gym, the water, the pool at 5:30 a.m.
No, 5 a.m.
5 a.m. Sorry, and he was just over it. He's like, I don't want to swim another lap. You just the discipline there, but how much. His coach just encouraged him, just one more lap
in him,
and one more, just just do this last lap, just one more time today. And then, because there's those days you wake up, you're like, I want to throw in the towel. And a lot of people do. And
well, yeah, in the devotional was saying, like, when he was standing there, having like 36 gold medals or whatever.
At the Olympics.
At the Olympics,
yeah.
basically, it was just like, yeah, that's cool. But honestly, it was probably that moment that was
more monumental, harder, yeah.
because he almost threw in the towel, basically.
Right.
Yeah. But he was disciplined, and then the story. So whatever goals you have, they're great. The check boxes, the SMART goals, all those kind of things, but really learning to be disciplined in the everyday, because that's what really matters.
Right. So my word for 2026 is actually 3 words. I'm cheating, but I'm gonna own it. Okay. It's keep moving forward. You guys heard that one before?
That is the most
It's so original. I know.
Disney movie, by the way.
But yes, I know. I Meet the Robertsons. We should watch that soon. I just love that movie.
It's so good.
So these words just really represent like a little bit of like discipline and commitment for me this year. Also not rushing things, but not quitting. We have some goals this year. A lot's kind of going to happen this year. When Justin and I went out on our day, we were talking about it. We're like, this is kind of a big year. We're not going to share it all with you guys today, but you will see it eventually. So I guess with looking at our year, the keep moving forward just inspired me in the sense like, yeah, like Justin shared, we've got some goals. We don't exactly have the timeline with it though. And that's the part that I can get anxious about. Be like, well, what day is this going to happen? What day is this going to happen? Are we going to do this? But we have a plan to set out to get us to where we need to go. And when I have those, sometimes I get overwhelmed because, and I'll talk about this later, because something I'm working on this year and just in general, I know about myself is not rushing things. I tend to do that with projects or things I'm doing. I just want to get it done sometimes, and I miss what you're learning along the way.
The journey.
Thank you. And so that's my words for the year.
Like we've brought up Atomic Habits as a book before, but that's a really good book to kind of show about the the journey and all of that too. So if you're looking for some more inspiration on building good habits and things like that, that's an amazing book.
Yeah, I wanted to share too. Justin brought up a little bit with like the eating part of it, and I didn't share that with last year, but I definitely went on a journey with my health. And something that really is stuck, and it's not just, I'm going to do this for a little bit, but really looking at what I eat in the sense of like, they say you are what you eat, but just choosing foods that really make me feel good afterwards. And I think that shift in my mindset has helped so much, because it used to be a thing where I can't eat that or I shouldn't eat that, but rather like, what can I eat that makes me feel good has helped me so much. Is it always consistent? No. And are there times where I'm like, okay, Lacey, like you are feeling like crap. Like I can tell when things are going on with my body because of my diet. And so that area has definitely helped. That area I want to improve on more and make better decisions on more. When I'm shopping, when I'm looking in the kitchen, I'm like, okay, let's just eat this. I'm like, does that sound the best? No, but after I eat it, I'm like, I feel so much better. I love the way I feel.
I almost threw away all of the Christmas candy yesterday.
The kids would have been
I know,
so
but I was like
heartbroken.
sick and tired of just seeing it because I keep on just grazing it. I'm like, and I feel like crap afterwards.
Yeah.
But anyway,
we need to hide it in our little candy bucket. So when the kids,
you need to hide it.
Okay.
You and the kids know where it's at.
I will do that today.
I don't know where it's at. I'm telling you right now, I don't have self-control when it comes to like chocolate.
Yes, we know that.
We know that.
But yeah, so that's kind of my focus, just like nourishment, energy, long-term wellness, not so much like focusing on the restrictions, because I do struggle with my diet as far as gluten goes, so I have some restrictions there. But I think just having the mindset of not focusing so much on like, okay, don't eat that, Lacey, focus on eating things I'm talking to myself, like that will make you feel good.
Shut up, Lacey.
Give you that nutrition. Yeah, shut up, Lacey. So anyways, that's been something that, that I'm carrying on with, not something like, I'm just starting now. It kind of jump-started me back last year when I went through a lot of health journeys, but I'm excited to continue that and just having that mindset. And also the gym part 2 has helped me so much. I think
like having our home
having
gym.
that at home has it's such a game
insane.
changer.
There's just it takes away the excuse.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can still make, it's crazy how you can still make excuses in your head.
For sure.
Even though you have a gym
Right.
like 3 steps away. We absolutely love it.
We really do.
Especially
And-
in the season we're in. It's just amazing.
And the thing that jump started me with it was Justin went to Romania last summer and left me home with 3 kids. And I was going crazy. No, I really set out before he left, he's like, "What's your schedule?" Like, he helped me make an entire schedule of like when I go out with my friends, when we have plans, and it helps so much. And part of that was my workout. And I was in the gym in our house every day. The kids would come out with me, like Junie would bring her toys, the boys would like pretend to like, pump some iron, and like it was just like a
They're
fun
doing
thing.
more than pretending. Those kids
True.
are ripped.
Tucker's
man.
abs are insane. He also does gymnastics. So, but it was fun because it was the summertime. So we had the garage open. So, Junie could like play chalk outside, but it was just like a fun vibe. And I was in there every day because it helped my mindset and helped me like focus, just doing something while Justin was gone just to kind of pass the time too. But then when he came back, I can't stop. It's part of my routine. And here it is, continuing on into the winter, and I'm still like doing it. There's been times obviously I've gotten sick or just, things have happened, but it's, it's ready for me the next week when I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go back in because I love the way I felt when I was, doing it. So anyway, so that's been really cool this year.
I do have like a like a goal weight I want to be at and stuff, but it's there's definitely like a SMART goal there, but so that kind of helps me, and I have like several of them, like little like milestones kind of thing,
Right.
And that really helps, kind of check off, if you will. But it really is just the discipline and being consistent, waking up early and all that kind of stuff. Like the whole Michael Phelps thing, like he was at the pool at 5 a.m. So he had to get up earlier than that, get his gear, drive to the pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so anyway, just being more consistent overall. This last quarter, or maybe even last 2 quarters with this home gym, been really consistent with just our health. And I'm just excited to know that it's not like a new year thing. It's just been more of who we've been. But I still have a ways to go, and I realize that, but I'm excited just to see the consistency with this. Just kind of continue with that kind of a thing.
You've also been doing better with like your vitamins, right? You were sharing. You wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
eat with.
I've been doing a lot of my vitamins every day.
Yeah.
I used to get strep throat quite a bit. I knock on wood, but I haven't had strep throat for a couple years now.
Knock on the stairs.
I know, seriously. but and also like people around me have been getting sick and stuff, and I haven't. I think a lot of it is my vitamins, my workout routine, my water, my walking, like just being consistent with it.
Yeah.
And and again, just you want to have energy for the kids and for work and all the things you do, but you definitely just feel better, mentally, physically, all of that. And again, it used to be like I need to be this weight, but now it's like that will come, but I'm really enjoying the journey and just feeling good every day,
Yeah,
like
but
not snacking in the evenings and not, and just really trying to be disciplined. That's still always a hard thing for me, is those evening times. And so I just, just chug a ton of water before I go to bed, getting more rest, getting to bed earlier, like all those things, they're on my list, and just being more consistent with it, you know.
So shall we move on to the next category? Mine, I have on here is spiritual goals. I was going to bring up, if that's okay. So I started off last year with a plan for my Bible reading that it just wasn't working for me. And I think for me, with my personality, that was a struggle to be like, this, I'm not liking this. And I changed it, and that's okay. So starting in, I think it was April, Justin actually bought me a new Bible, which I absolutely love. And we went to a conference together, and I was looking at him. I was like, oh, I'd love to get a new Bible. And he surprised me and bought it for me. And with it, it came with like an app that you can download, and goes along with your Bible. And it has a lot of cool reading plans. So I was like, hey, I'm going to just start this now. We were actually driving home from the conference. It was a couple-hour drive. So I literally started it in the car. I was listening to it on my AirPods. And I remember just being so excited, like looking out the window and feeling like, hey, I'm starting today. Is it January 1st? It is not. It was like April something, but I was so excited. And I just knew this is what I needed to do, and I felt just really excited about it. So I did a 1-year Bible reading plan, and I think I'm on track to like finish in like May, so a little bit past April. But it has been so nice for me listening to the Bible this year. I do it, like I read it too. I'll go back and forth just depending on the day. And but I've never been so consistent in my Bible reading in my life since I got this Bible on this app. It's just really helped me. I think I just needed that jump start, and listening to the Bible I've never done before so consistently. And I've just really, with how I retain information, I haven't realized how much more I'm learning doing it that way, because when I read, I can tend to definitely think about other things, and then I'm like, what did I just read? So which you can do when you're listening as well, but I've just noticed the way I learn, auditory's definitely been the way that I have been soaking in the information. And anyways, I've really liked it, and it's definitely been a game changer for my life. I just love it. And it's cool because I'm going to finish, like I shared, like around May. So we'll see what happens after that. I don't know. But that's that's
awesome.
Goal with my Bible reading.
Reading through the Bible is amazing. It challenges you if you haven't read through Genesis to Revelation. It's amazing in so many different ways. But that's actually what I'm doing this year. Is I started January 1. I got a new 1-year Bible. So down here we have a 1-year Bible, but I had one that's kind of directed more for like men and stuff.
That's what mine's like a woman one.
Yeah,
I love it.
And it's really good. It has like a couple different things and stuff, some application questions and stuff. But what I've been doing is, doing that. So it's cool because with the 1-year Bible, you have Old Testament, New Testament, Psalms, and Proverbs. So you get a little bit, it's like a nice little,
sandwich,
I guess. But then what I've been doing is I've been listening to, like a couple of my favorite Bible teachers go through that same passage that I read through. So for example, well, kind of. What I mean by that is like, so if I'm in Genesis, that's where I'm at right now. There's a couple pastors that go verse by verse through the whole Bible. I'm listening to Genesis 1 after I'm done with my Bible reading, and obviously that's going to be a little bit slower going through it. But it's been cool because after I read this section, and then I'm like, I have the sermon going on in my car, truck, whatever, when I'm driving around. It's cool how it kind of like, it's like, oh man, like yeah, that's exactly what what the Lord was showing me there. But then there's like other things that speak to me from when the pastor's talking about it too. So it's been kind of a cool way doing the devotion is kind of walking through it with yourself first, but then like hearing like a commentary, if that makes sense too. So, but I'm really looking forward this year to reading the entire Bible, and there's so much fruit that comes with that, and I'm excited for you to finish it as well in May. So you guys know we've talked about this before. We like to have physical goals, spiritual goals, and mental goals. There's also financial goals and relationship goals, all that kind of stuff. But as far as the mental goal goes for me, and again, it's more discipline than a goal, because I'm like, how do I track this? I guess I don't know. There might be a way to track it, but just less scrolling and more thinking. And what I mean by that is, for sure, in the morning. Okay, so like I do not want to like just start scrolling. I have you have like a pattern. Everyone has like a pattern of when they wake up and they reach for their phone. And so what do you do with that? And the pattern for me is I'll look at emails, I'll look at, sometimes I'll look at a couple of reels, not too much on reels in the morning, but sometimes that will happen because, one thing leads to another. That's the problem with the phone. It's like you can look at it for just the email, but then all of a sudden you're doom scrolling for like 30 minutes and you're like, what happened?
The worst is in the evenings when I'm like pulling up my recipe that I'm making for dinner. And then I got distracted because I have like, I have a reel of a recipe I saved. And then I'm on Instagram and I'm like, wait, what was I doing?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need to make dinner. Where was I at?
That's why I actually have like, I don't use my phone for a Bible app or, I have a Bible app on there, but in the mornings, like I have just a Bible. Cause I don't want to be looking at my phone. I know. I just know what will happen.
You know yourself.
It's like chocolate,
Yeah.
So
you can't see it.
Yeah. That's a mental thing for me though, is when I first get up, not even touching my phone. Obviously I use it for an alarm, but I have it on do not disturb. And, I'm not even entering in, to those things. I'm really just trying to like get in my word and doing a workout. And then after that, I do my to-do list, and then I start looking at my emails, and then that's when the world starts kind of waking up a little bit anyway. but it's so demotivating when you sit there, even 15, 20 minutes, even just looking at reels or whatever first thing in the morning. It just completely just shuts you down.
Right.
So we get up pretty early. We do, but I'm really trying to push at 5 a.m. Again, having a quiet, focused start of the day. Just we don't have a lot of quiet time in our life, and we need it. Everyone needs that. And so that is my time. And so if I don't get up at 5, I don't get it. And so that's kind of my mental stuff.
For me, I don't know if you could put this, I think it should fit in the mental category, but you let me know. But focus on doing things well rather than just getting them done. Like I shared with you guys, I think that's mental because my mindset is always like, let's just get this done. I want to finish it. But like you said, enjoying that journey, that is a mindset. And even in things I'm doing around the house, I'm like, oh, this pantry is a mess. It needs to be organized. Like, I'm just going to fix a few things. I'm like, no, why don't I just take time and do it well? What was your first one?
Like not scrolling on the phone.
The phone. Yeah, it was the phone. My area that I struggle with mentally is I'll sometimes wake up in the morning and I'll think about, oh, I have to do this today, or this is going on, or I'll have a bad dream. And I start playing movies in my mind and scenarios that are not even true. It's almost like I'm on my phone in like doom scrolling, but in my mind. I don't know if I'm the only one, you guys. But I'll play out these dumb scenarios. And I'm like, and I'm sitting in bed for like 30 minutes. And I'm like, Lacey, what are you doing? Shut up, Lacey. Get out of bed and stop doing this to yourself. And I'm like putting myself in a hole of like thinking of like dumb things that aren't even probably gonna happen. But it all started with just maybe, like I shared, maybe a bad dream I had and I'm focusing on that, or maybe it was something that I said and I'm just overthinking. And so I'm gonna stop doing that and just get out of bed and get my word rather than like get my mind
the best
all
thing.
like
just get out of bed, get a cup of water and just read some coffee, obviously, and read the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are our physical, our mental, our spiritual goals / discipline, all of that.
Yep.
We have a lot of other goals, financial goals and relationship goals, all that stuff, but we won't talk about that right now. We might do some like budgeting stuff, financial tips and tricks and all that stuff. Sounds like you guys want us to do more of that kind of stuff.
And we'd like to do that too.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll do some of that. But I do want to
I do want to say one thing too.
The last goal set we're going to talk about is like our business, our YouTube goals.
Yeah. Before we get into that, can I say one thing when you said relationship? We've shared this before, but I don't want to assume everybody's heard this. With our marriage, something like we do, and it's not even like, oh, that's our goal this year. We've been pretty consistent with it, is we go out, we try to do like once a week and just, meet each other where we're at. You know what I mean? Whether that's like, hey, let's go for a drive, let's go to dinner, sometimes let's go to coffee and just, have us time. We also once a year get away, just Justin and I. And that's been so good and so healthy for our marriage, our relationship, and just setting aside that time. So for those of you that are in the season like us, so you have young kids, you understand it's so hard. And there are many times where we'll be like, hey, let's go out this time. And that comes around, we're like, I'm so tired. And then we just do it. And we're like, I'm so glad we had that time together. And we feel very refreshed in our relationship, in our marriage, and especially when we get away. As hard as it is to get, childcare lined up and our jobs and everything, we truly look forward to that time so much, and it's so good for our marriage. So I just wanted to share that. We've shared it before, but if you haven't heard it, those are, we say goals, but something we do every year consistently. So, and I think it's really good.
As far as they get away.
Yes.
We do more than once a year dates.
Yes.
Anyway, okay, so YouTube / business goals, just a couple of different things. Well, we have 3 new YouTube channels. Okay, so that's crazy.
Yeah.
So we have our Zero. Okay, we have the Zero podcast, which you're either listening to or you're watching, but it is a YouTube channel if you didn't know that. So hop over there, give us a follow, subscribe. And then we also launched our Dream Chasing.
Right at the end of 2025.
Yeah, YouTube channel, which is like a soundscape kind of background noise. And it's fun. It's like a faceless channel. And it's a creative outlet for me.
Yeah.
We have, goals around those this year. And the Zero podcast, we moved it from our main channel. And so trying to grow this a little bit of background. Like we're not monetized on this YouTube channel yet. And so that's a goal that we're trying to do, is to be able to, help fund us continue doing this, because, like when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Having ad revenue and stuff helps our podcast and helps us be able to sit down and do these more. And then dream chasing, we hope to get that monetized someday as well. But those are just some goals that we have and stuff. We're really excited for this year. Like, we have lots of ideas on our channel. We absolutely just love doing Disney cruise content on our main channel, and so we're excited for like more like of those tips and tricks and stuff. But we have other things. We have vacations and stuff that we'll talk more about later. We actually just booked one yesterday. We also have like our other side of our business. That's the YouTube side, but we also have our production side of it. That's been kind of taken off probably this last quarter. And so we have a lot of goals in that, and just how to grow and scale it, hiring the right people and all of that stuff too. So
yeah,
there's just a lot of that as well.
And it's exciting with our production side where we edit. We started in 2024, I believe, is when we started Video Memories. And we're like booked up for January and February right now.
We're booked up for January, February, March, and almost April. And then we're almost getting booked up in later too. So it's cool. So
it's in another area that we just love to do. And it's such a fun, when people say like, find what you love to do and make money at it. I'm like, truly, because it's such a cool thing that we love to see you guys' travels and get to be a part of that, and that whole side of the business that has been incorporated, and how much you guys are loving. It's been so cool.
Yeah.
So that's
and,
exciting.
If you don't know what we're talking about, basically we edit your guys' content from your travels. So you go on vacation, you take photos, you take video, and we'll make a cool highlight video for you. So that way you can remember your vacation for years to come. So that's that. So we would appreciate it if you have not subscribed to our channels. Please do that. Dream Chasing, Zero Podcast, Hour Zero. That would help us a ton. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Whenever you're listening to it. For us, it started at 6 a.m. Which, we did a couple of these last year, these early morning podcasts. And I kind of like them because, again, the kids are asleep and it's just nice. But it is hard to like start like chatting that early in the morning. And let us know what your goals are, maybe like your word for the year. If you're listening to this, head over to our YouTube channel and you can comment down below those as well. We'd love to hear them. It inspires all of us. But again, for us this year, yes, there are some check boxes. We didn't like go in detail over what SMART goals we have, but a lot of it is that discipline, For
sure. Yeah. I hope this is inspiring for you guys, and not just a topic. I know a lot of people we all talk about it in the new year, and you see it everywhere, and people have their vision boards or whatnot, but just to remember, what your journey, you can start whenever. And I think that's the funny thing with our culture with this. Like, we have to start January 1st, but you actually don't. So, if you're just, ready to make a change in things, I hope this is inspiring to start today, whatever that may be. But we also want to say we're so grateful for you guys, and looking back at last year and the support you guys have given us, and, the encouragement, how we started, 2 new channels with, putting our podcast on a separate channel, and our dream chasing, and just to see you guys already just following along, coming along, being supportive. We could not do it without you. So thank you so much.
I did want to say one thing. I guess one of the goals I have is to not be lazy and hard-boiled my own eggs.
Oh my God.
So we got a comment, and it was awesome. And part of the support, which we love, and we'll end with this, but we got a comment because we had a Costco haul. Okay, if you don't know, like, we do Costco hauls on our main channel. And I talked about how I like buying the Costco already hard-boiled eggs because it's convenient. And I said it was convenient. Like, it's just what it is.
We know it's a convenience.
It's a convenience thing, but it's like, I'm like, I don't have time to hard-boiled eggs. I just, whatever.
Well, we do, but you know what I mean? It's a convenience. I'll pay a little bit more for that. Especially because we just bought those little ramen noodles where you can grab that and grab that and you put it on top. It's like a meal.
We can make time for it, but I won't make time for it. Exactly. I won't make time to hard-boiled eggs, but I love hard-boiled eggs. And so anyway, it doesn't matter. I bought them. They sell them at Costco. Everyone buys them. Not everyone, but a lot of people buy them. And it's my choice to buy hard-boiled eggs. Okay? Sue me. Michael Scott.
Sue me.
But someone on our channel commented basically saying, like, you're lazy. Stop being lazy. Hard-boiled your own eggs.
Yeah.
And I was just laughing at that comment for like an hour. Because I'm like, there's so many things I could say about that comment. And there's just so many things I can say. Like I can how I can clap back at that. But I was just like, whatever. I don't really care. And then one of you guys get on there and said something
on the lines of like, it's their, what works for their family,
Yeah.
basically just defending us. I was like, that was cool. Thank you.
I have to say, like, that's one of the things I've been loving seeing this last year is like because there's been a lot more negative comments as of,
the more you grow,
it happens. But it's cool to see like our
community,
our strong community, like coming back and just like having our back
or answering questions for us. So cool.
It's so awesome. And like we read every comment. Like we do. We don't reply to every comment, but we read it. Like we really, and there's times in the evening where like, oh, look at this comment. We'll be talking about it and stuff. And it makes us feel so good when we see you guys backing us up. And that hard-boiled egg one was just the tip of the iceberg of what you've done, but it's just it's fun.
It's fun.
So anyway, we love you guys. We appreciate you, and we will see you in the next Zero podcast. Bye, guys.
Bye.